Hello everyone. In this session, I am going to discuss about the instantaneous center of rotation or ICR method for the velocity analysis of the planar mechanism. The contents of this session are introduction to ICR, locating the eye centers or ICRs by inspection, the Kennedy's theorem, the types of eye centers and how to locate them, the angular velocity theorem. To understand the concept of ICR, let us consider a body P having non-linear motion. Now consider a point A on this body P having linear velocity VA as shown. If a line is drawn perpendicular to the direction of VA, then the body P can be imagined to rotate about a point on this line. Now similarly, we'll consider another point, point B, having linear velocity VB as shown. If a perpendicular is drawn to the direction of VB, the two perpendiculars drawn to VA and VB will intersect at a common point I. The body P will be rotating about I at that instant. This point I is known as the instantaneous center of velocity, or more commonly the instantaneous center of rotation of body P. This property is true only for an instant. A new point will become the instantaneous center at the next instant. Now, in the further discussion, this center will be called as eye center or ICR. Now, to find out the number of such eye centers for a mechanism having small n number of links, the formula is the number of eye centers capital N is equals to n into bracket n minus 1 whole divided by 2, where small n is the number of links in a mechanism and capital N is the number of eye centers or ICRs. The rules for locating the ICRs or eye center by inspection. So first case, if there are two links having relative rotary motion, so the two links are connected by means of a turning pair. In this case, the eye center I12 will lie at the center of the pivot. So in pivoted joint, the center of pivot is the eye center for the two links. Second case, if the two links are having relative sliding motion, then the points considered on the slider will have the velocities as shown parallel to the direction of motion. The path traced by the slider in this case is a straight line. A straight line can be considered to be a curvature having radius infinity. Hence, the eye center I12 in this case will lie at infinity. In third case, let us consider two links 1 and 2 having relative rolling motion. So link 2 rolls over link number 1. In this case, if I am going to consider any points on the roller having their linear velocities as shown, then the perpendicular drawn to these linear velocity will always intersect at a point which is the point of contact of the two meeting surfaces. Hence, in pure rolling contact, the eye center lies at the point of contact at the given instant. Now we are going to discuss about the Kennedy's theorem. Consider three bodies 1, 2 and 3 having relative motion. The body 1 being fixed, the body 2 and 3 rotate about point P and Q respectively as shown. Now the point R is the common point considered on link 2 and 3. To find out the total number of eye centers, here the small n, that is the number of links or the number of bodies, are 3. That's why the number of eye centers will be 3. So these eye centers are I12, I23 and I13. The eye center I12 will lie at the center of the pivot P as discussed earlier. The eye center I13 will be at the center of point Q. Let us assume the eye center I23 at point R. Now body 2 and 3 both are moving relative to body 1. Therefore, the motion of their mutual eye center I23 is to be same whether this point is considered on body 2 or body 3. If the point R or eye center I23 is considered on body 2, then its velocity Vr will be perpendicular to line PR as shown. If the point R is considered on body 3, its velocity Vr will be perpendicular to QR. It is found that the two velocities of eye center I23 are different in direction, which is not possible. Therefore, the eye center of the bodies 2 and 3 cannot be at the assumed position R. The velocity Vr of the eye center I23 will be same only if this center lies on the line joining point P and Q. So, if the three plane bodies have relative motion among themselves, their eye centers must lie on same straight line. This is the Kennedy's theorem. So, according to Kennedy's theorem, I12, I23 and I13 must lie on same straight line. Now we are going to see how to locate the eye centers or ICRs for the given mechanism. For this, We are going to consider an example of a 4-bar mechanism or 4-link mechanism as shown. So first step is to calculate the number of eye centers. So the number of eye centers, capital N, is equals to small n into bracket n minus 1 upon 2, where small n for the given mechanism is 4. Hence the total number of eye centers, capital N, will be 6. So which are these 6 eye centers? So for that we are going to prepare a table and we are going to write these 6 eye centers on this table. So in this table, the column of link 1 is indicating the ICRs related to link 1. So these are I12, I13 and I14. So the simple thing here you can do is that simply you need to write I12 below the first link, then I13, I14. Similar procedure is for the second link. So below the link number 2 column, you should write I23, I24. For third link, it is I34. In the column of link 4, we are not going to get any eye center because the eye center would be I41 or it is same as that of I14. So we have already written it in the column of link 1, or if you consider the second example I43, which is same as that of I34, we have already written it in the column of link 3. So these are the 6 ICRs and we need to indicate these 6 ICR on the given mechanism. So first of all, we'll start with I12. So I12 will be at pivot A. I23 will be at the junction of link 2 and 3, that is at pivot B. I34 will be at the center of point C and I14 will be at the center of point D. So we have got I12, the position of I23, I34 and I14. Now if you observe, the position of point A is not going to change with the rotation of link 2. Therefore this eye center I12 is referred as the fixed eye center. Similarly, I14 is the another fixed eye center for link 1 and 4 located at point D. Hence, I12 and I14 are called as the fixed eye centers. Now consider the position of point P. It is going to change. So the position of eye center I23 will also change. However, at all times the eye center I23 will be located at the pin joint B. Thus, I23 is known as the permanent but not a fixed eye center. Similarly, I34 is the another permanent but not fixed eye center. So, I23 and I34 are the permanent eye centers. The above eye centers have been located by inspection only. The other two eye centers, I13 and I24, which are neither fixed nor permanent eye centers, can be easily located by applying the Kennedy's theorem as discussed earlier. Now we are going to locate the position of neither fixed nor permanent ICRs, that is the eye centers I13 and I24 by using Kennedy's theorem. So for that, first step is to draw a circle. So you can draw the circle of any dimension. There is no need to consider any scale. So mark the number of points on the circle equals to the number of links. So in this case we are having 4 links, that's why I have marked 4 points on the circle. Number the points. So we are having 4 points, point 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now I12 is the eye center that we have located by inspection. So I12 is known to us, hence join point 1 and 2 on the circle by a solid line representing eye center I12. Similarly, the position of I23 is known to us, so join point 2 and 3 by a solid line indicating eye center 2, 3. Similarly, the position of I34 is known to us, so join point 3 and 4 by solid line indicating eye center I34. Also I14 is present at point D, it is known, so join 1 and 4 by solid line indicating the ICR I14. Now to find the position of the eye center I13, join point 1 and 3 by means of a dotted line. So this dotted line will represent the eye center I13. Now in this diagram you can see that the I13 line has divided the geometry into two triangles, triangle 1, 2, 3 and triangle 1, 3, 4. Now we'll focus on the triangle 1, 2, 3. So the triangle 1, 2, 3 has got a line I13 and the other lines are I12 and I23. Hence the I13 center will lie on the line joining the points I12 and I23. So now I am going to draw a line from eye centers I12 and I23 and extend it as shown. Similarly, now the other triangle which is formed is triangle 1, 3, 4. So the three sides of this triangle are I13, I14 and I34. So according to Kennedy's theorem, the eye centers I13, I34 and I14 will lie on same straight line. So now draw a line passing through point I14 and I34 and extend it as shown. So the two lines are intersecting at a common point. The point of intersection of these two lines is nothing but the eye center I13. Similar procedure is to be followed for finding out the position of eye center I24. So join 2 and 4 point by a dotted line. So I24 is lying on a same straight line passing through the eye center I23 and I34. So join points I23, I34 and extend them as shown. Now the I24 point is also lying on the same straight line passing through I12 and I14. So join these 2 points and extend them. So the point of intersection of these two lines is nothing but the eye center I24. So in this way we can find out the position of neither fixed nor permanent eye centers. The next important topic is the angular velocity theorem. So for this we are going to consider the linear velocity of point B. So if the link number 2 is considered to be rotating in clockwise direction with angular velocity omega 2, then the velocity of point B will be perpendicular to capital AB in the direction of rotation as shown. So the velocity VB, if the point B is considered on link 2, can be found out by using a formula V is equals to R omega. So the link is considered to be rotating about eye center I12. So VB is equals to R into omega 2. So R is nothing but the distance between eye center I12 and I23. So why the velocity VB will be equals to the distance between point I12 and I23 into the angular velocity of link 2. So this is our equation 1. If the point B is considered to be rotating about eye center I13, then the velocity of point B can be written as R into omega 3, where R is nothing but the distance between eye centers I13 and I23. So the velocity of point B will be the distance between eye centers I13 and I23 into omega 3. So equation 1 and 2 both are representing the velocity of point B. So equate equation 1 and 2. So we are going to get omega 2 upon omega 3 equals to I13 I23 divided by I12 I23. So here you need to remember that I13 I23 is nothing but the distance between the eye centers I13 I23. I12 I23 is representing the distance between the eye centers I12 and I23. So this is the angular velocity theorem. We can write the generalized formula for the ratios of angular velocity. So it will be omega x upon omega y is equals to I1y Ixy, that is the distance between eye center I1y Ixy divided by the distance between eye centers I1x Ixy. So you can put, so where x, if you are going to take as 3, you can take y as 4, or if you are going to take x as 2, you can take y as 4. So you can make such a combination according to the known values and the unknown to be found out, and you can find the angular velocities of any unknown link by using this ratio. So thank you very much for watching this video.